Right. I did say I was going to talk about hyperfocus, didn't I? To link in with my last video. So there you go. I talked about it. Aren't I cool? Um, Actually, like a hyperfocus, like I'm in it right now, and I can remember the last time it definitely happened, but like it didn't used to. It regularly happened at uni, and I'm just starting to get tired. It's like basically it's a thing I had already before any of this. Like I say, this is pretty new. Hyperfocus is like ADHD is like, imagine a computer with a load of tabs open along the bottom. So the processor is working its fucking nuts off, and the machine is getting fuck all done because it's trying to do way too much at the same time. That's a really fucking good analogy of it, the ADHD brain and how it functions. So they're like, they can be super fast fucking brains. And hyperfocus is when that super fast fucking brain and all of those tabs become one program. And that is when you can't be talked to about anything. You can talk and you can listen, but none of it really goes in, even though you can repeat it back probably up to maybe a minute or two after someone said it. But it doesn't really go in, and you become very fucking rude to those people around you. And it's one of those things that you feel happening, and you know, everyone does it. More and more, everyone's on their mobile and they're going, and yeah, it is really rude when people do that. But I'm sure I do it. We all do it. But it's, again, the extent to which it presents. It presents to a degree which starts to affect your life, and presents to a degree that you can't control. So it's, again, something that everyone will relate to, but it doesn't happen at that black line level. But it sort of made me think, this is another way that this video ties in, because this one isn't kind of about another one of my black liners. This is more of a general one, but it's like how that hyperfocus is then my fucking undoing. Because when I have an emotionally significant event, it becomes my hyperfocus. And it is a inescapable fucking thought. And in the world of ADHD and in the world of other conditions, they describe it as intrusive thoughts. It's known as sort of rumination in mental health, kind of more the psychiatric sort of circles. And ADHD is kind of like, it's got to be diagnosed by psychiatrists or trained ADHD diagnosticians. But it's kind of like, I don't know, it's a little bit more sort of mechanical ADHD, isn't it? I think that's because they can explain it a little bit more. When you can explain what's going on in the brain and then see how it manifests, it makes more sense. Like someone with a bad temper, there's, you know, control yourself, calm down. You have to have that initial urge in your brain of, yes, that's right, I agree, I need to try and calm down, or whatever that thought is. Shit needs to happen in your brain for it to happen, because the bit of your brain that is responsible for you getting mad needs to be stopped by another bit of your brain. And if you can't initiate that bit of your brain, you can't not get mad. And to a degree, people can get control of things by being shouted at or whatever, but to a massive degree they can't. Or someone like me can't. And it's not always anger. It can be being hurt or being fucking rejected or whatever. But, you know, when you've got that, you know, this sort of shit used to happen. Like I say, I had fucking ADHD all my life without knowing about it. So I'm no stranger to intrusive thoughts. And like, I'd always had classic signs of like fucking highly emotionally charged interactions with the people that I'm closest to and the people that I love. Therefore, those turmoils hurt me more emotionally. Therefore, I'm scared of those emotional hurts, and I do more of the same shit to try and protect myself from that shit. And I know it was a circle, and I know that I made every decision along the way, but I also know that if you'd been born as me and had the same influences as me, you'd be identical, because we're all humans, and human beings reach for the nearest coping strategy in any given situation. We're very predictable, sheepity people. Sheeple. We are. Honestly, once you start learning a bit about psychology or sociology, study a little bit about sociology and see the way the human animal is just like, I would do as I'm told, I would be what I'm fucking told, and fucking that's real because it is, because I know it is. And we're actually really fucking easy to control and manipulate because that is human nature. We naturally do that. So, you know, a lot of times sociologically, this sort of stuff is seen as an excuse. I've had that one said to me a lot of times, using that as an excuse. It's not a fucking excuse. It is a coping strategy. It is a the manifestation of a phenomenon which would be repeatable in any other Homo sapiens, given the same external, influential, causational factors. Hang on. I was getting scientifical there. I should always wear my fucking spectacles where I get scientifical, because I can be deeply serious. Put my finger up at you. You notice people do that to try and control you. You listen to me. Do you ever want to flick their glasses off their nose? But yeah, I think, where am I now? 6 months. I'm going to try and shorten them a little bit. I'm going to try and do them in under 7 if I can. But I wanted to do this one just because it did tie in with the clusterfuck, as I call it. Like, one ties into the other one. It's like, you know, you have a problem with doing this, but when this happens, it causes that, and then that. And that's why that's why I describe having, you know, that's why my speech is dramatic. That's why I talk about fucking utter fucking. That's why I'm so overly descriptive about things, because that's how I fucking experience them. And, you know, it's like, I don't know, it leads to me being a very fucking passionate person. And that's hopefully means that my genuineness is coming across in these videos, because that's what I want more than anything, is to just this to be a real fucking account of this shit pit. Because I know a lot of other people are in this shit pit, and you always get accused of being like, oh, it's different from me and all that sort of shit. And that's part of the shit that makes people bury their head back in the sand and not talk about it, and then get worse. So that's what I'm doing. This is maybe even to fucking lead by example a little bit. Just fucking shout. 7 minutes 33. Fail. Epic fail. I don't care. I don't even know what I'm going to call this one, but I'm in Hyperfocus, so I can't stop making videos. I'm really not that tired. I might even do another one tonight. I probably will.